Birdie Brand's all-natural bug deterrent is the best in the game of golf. It keeps the bugs away while giving you a bit of focus for those tight moments as the match comes to a close. Tour tested, tour approved. The 1-ounce bottle fits in any golf bag or travel case. When the match is on the line, your focus and comfort are things you don't want to be thinking about. Use Birdie Brands to make sure that doesn't happen. Birdie Brands, game on, bugs gone. Get yours at birdiebrands.com today.
Uncle Keith's Red Sauce. This salsa got its start in a tiny kitchen in Alabama, but it's big on flavor at family gatherings, big or small. Make sure you have Uncle Keith's rest in time for the Super Bowl. You can find Uncle Keith's at a grocery store in the southeastern United States, or if you're like me on the West Coast, you can go to UncleKeithSauce.com and order yours today. Call it red sauce, call it salsa, but when you have Uncle Keith's, you can definitely call it a party.
All right, my side of the bag interview segment here. Drew Hinesley, Scotty Worldwide, and we are happy to welcome back to the show now for his second appearance, Paul Cormack. Paul, welcome back, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having me. How are you guys doing?
All good. Yeah, all good. Trying to just one day at a time, trying to be a little bit more like you one day at a time.
How's your jet lag, Scotty?
Oh, 44 hours and we didn't even get to tee it up. So
Yeah, I know. I saw the WD. There was obviously some illness involved there, was there?
Yeah, she was sick. She tried to give it a go, but she couldn't even putt Thursday morning, so shut it down.
Yeah, we're going home.
All right. So, Paulie, last time we talked to you was last May, and since then you dropped all the way down to 22 in the world ranking, and then from there, all you've done is won a gold medal in Paris. You won the Open Championship at St. Andrews, which I think is the biggest tournament you ever wanted to win going into. Cincinnati, you won third place at the biggest purse at the CME, and then your player won HSBC in Singapore days after you were awarded by your peers as the 2024 Caddy of the Year. I think you have the bib close by. Show everybody that's watching that incredible honor that was bestowed upon you.
Very, very.
Caddy of the Year. And Paul, just so you know, I don't know if you know this, but they no longer award that on the men's side of the game. So you are officially the only Caddy of the Year 2024.
That is correct.
So when did they stop doing it on the guys' side?
I want to say they used to do it when they went to that part of the world, and it used to be like Kuala Lumpur, the WGC they always had there, and I know Steve Williams was awarded it a couple of times, and but that obviously that tournament no longer exists, so the tradition of giving out the best caddy of the year on the men's side went away. So you are the best caddy on planet Earth according to all your peers. Congratulations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, there were some people that weren't there that maybe deserved it, but yeah, no, it's very humbling, obviously, to be voted on by the caddies and the players. You know, I mean, it's not just the caddies that are doing it. Yeah, no, it was very cool. I mean, I had a couple of guys winding me up all week saying, "Have you got your white bib yet?" And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to win it. Then I thought that they used to do it on Thursday, and we rolled up to the tee, got the red bib. Nobody else in the group had the white bib, and I was like, maybe they're not doing it or whatever, blah blah blah. Then Davy Jones, who you both know very well, he just kept on needling me, and I'm like, maybe somebody else won it, Davy. I was like, it's really not that big of a deal.
Paul, obviously, Drew just went through the accomplishments there. Since last time you spoke with us, have you had time just to think about the run that you guys went on last year and off to start this year? Have you taken any time to just appreciate the work that you guys have done?
Kind of, sort of. I mean, I surround myself with good people when I'm here, so like they always remind me, they're like, "You did this," and I'm like, "Well, I was part of that, yeah." But no, not really. I mean, I think that's something that I definitely need to get better at, and I think that I can't remember who I was listening to the other week. I think it was a golfer, somebody who was highly successful, and they said that you never ever really take in what you do at the time, because obviously once you get to Monday, you've maybe got another tournament or you're flying home or whatever. So I suppose I kind of have, but like I kind of think that if I allow myself to think like that, then my edge is gone. So I don't ever really I don't ever really kind of think of it. Like, it's just like it's cool, and like some of the stuff that I've been involved in with Lydia over the last year and a bit has been, or yeah, longer than a year and a bit, has been really really neat. But it's, I don't know, like it's just it's really really cool. But like I don't think of it as like something that was unachievable, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
not in a cocky way, but like that's why you do your job, right?
Right.
So, but like I've not, I think that it'll be good for when I'm like 65 years old and I've got all these bibs and flags and stuff, and my niece who we were talking about earlier on, or kids of my own or whatever. I mean, it'll be cool to reminisce then. But like now, no. But I think maybe once Lydia, I stop working with Lydia, or Lydia stops playing golf, then I'll maybe look back and be like, you know what, like that was really, really neat. And it is really, really neat. I'm not saying it's not, but it's just I've never really allowed myself to be like, I did that.
Sure.
And
Sure.
I don't know why. That's just who I am,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, it also probably is why you're as successful as you've been, is because you're head down. You don't talk about yourself. You just do the work, and it's
Yeah.
on to the next challenge and on to the next goals, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and like the other week when I stay in Singapore, I stayed with Paul Drummond, who's been caddying for Caro Masson. He's caddied on the DP World Tour for the last 2 or 3 years, and we were talking about like just rounds of golf, and it's like the first hole is just as important as the 72nd hole, but there's obviously a lot more pressure potentially on the 72nd hole. But it's like that's the way that I look at it. Like every hole has the same, or every shot has exactly the same significance as the next.
Did you learn that as a player, or is that a strategy, a mental
Um,
strategy you've developed?
I think it's something that I've developed. When I played, I never really thought about that. That's probably why I caddy. Because it's like, you know what I mean? Like you sit there and you're like, oh, this is really important. Like I need to do this. And it's like, but then when you're caddying and it's not you hitting it, you're like, well, it's just one shot, And it's, I don't know. I've kind of thought that over the last little while, it's like maybe my golfing career was to lead me into caddying. Because
Hmm.
everything that I learned golfing, obviously because it's the same sport, but it's like I think about it probably in a very smart way now. There's when I played golf, I would tire myself out by ruining myself mentally.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, I mean, I listened to the podcast that you went on with Claude Harmon, and you guys had talked about how you almost view golf and act in an opposite way of how you played it from a mental
Yeah,
standpoint. And so I think that's very interesting that I found as someone that's never played golf and only kind of view it as from one perspective, and that's
yeah,
just
yeah,
really help somebody. So
yeah. Exactly. You're my hero. I can't believe that you like. I understand that people caddy without playing golf, but like you literally don't ever really play golf, and it's like
no,
that would be like that would be like me going to school and then jumping onto like the football team and helping them out and coaching them. It's like I've got no idea.
yeah, no, I mean
I
it's
I,
it's
th- I
clearly
think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers need your help, Paul. I think you should solicit them
The water
at
boy.
their spring OTAs. I think they would love to have a mind like yours on their team. As an Atlanta Falcon, I really hope you go help the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
They wouldn't let me in the parking lot. Never mind the facility.
Speaking of parking lots, Paul, have you allowed yourself from the success the last couple of years to buy yourself anything nice, or like you won a
I
gold medal? Have you were part of a gold medal team? You won a Open
Yeah.
Championship at St. Andrews. What's the biggest like self purchase you've made?
I bought a car. Oh, I bought a truck.
Oh, full American.
Yeah, full American. Yeah, no, I bought a truck. I didn't have a car for 2 and a bit years because I felt like maybe even longer than that. It might have been 3 years because I my lease was up and I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm just gonna rent cars. And I rented cars for like 2.5 years. So like sometimes when I would fly back into Tampa, my buddy Sean from Golf Inspired, his fiance lives below me, and she would always text me and be like, "Are you getting a car? Because if you're not, then you can just use mine to go to the grocery store." I mean, I never go anywhere when I'm here, but now I have a truck.
That's such a
Sounds
caddy
so good.
move.
It's such a
It's
Golly.
such a caddy move. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm just gonna rent a car.
Uh,
Uh,
all right. So last year you guys sat down and you had your bars that you set, the Olympics, the gold medal, St. Andrews. Has that conversation happened this year? And if so, where are we paying attention later in the year?
We haven't had that conversation yet. I'm guessing that KPMG and US Open are probably a little higher on the list
Mhm.
than what the Olympics probably would have been last year. But yeah, no, I'm guessing those two. I mean, if I correct, I believe that they've changed the policy on the Grand Slam for the women. Since there's five, you only need four now.
Yep.
Yeah,
So they recognize four as a Grand Slam, and then they have a
Mm.
Super Grand Slam for those that get five.
For the people that get five.
I think
Yeah,
it's only been one person to get five. I think off the top of my head.
you're gonna make us look bad here, Scotty. I have no idea.
Thinking. I think it might
Um,
only be. Yeah, I think it's only one person that's gotten a
One
Super.
could.
well, I know that only one person has the gold medal sweep. So that
Yeah,
box is checked by
yeah.
your current boss.
Well, in
So
fact,
the Super Slam would be just icing on the cake, right?
Oh, could you imagine having all three gold medals and all five majors? How
Or
insane would that
all
be?
three medals
Yeah, or
and
three
then all
medals
five
and five
majors.
majors. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's so
That would
cool.
that would be insane. Yeah, no, that's crazy. I mean, and going back to what you just said there, Drew, about the three medals, like that might never happen again.
I don't think it will.
I
Just
honestly don't think it will. I mean, that to me is the coolest thing out of the lot is like to win the gold medal, but then that, like, what did that entail? That entailed all three medals and getting into the Hall of Fame. I mean, that's pretty neat. That's a lot of pressure to go into a golf tournament with.
Well, and we talked about this after you guys accomplished that in Paris last August. Just qualifying for three Olympic teams, I think, is a high achievement for
Yeah,
any golfer because of the qualification process.
yeah,
Only four can make it if those four people are super high ranked.
yeah,
And I think the Americans have done it. The Korean teams have done it in the
yeah.
Olympics, sent four players. But just to make three teams, that's 12 years of very high level play. And
Correct.
she's done that. And then she got it done on those stages. Huge.
Yeah, exactly. Massive. I mean, and that just goes down to, her makeup, or like the work ethic, the ups and downs mentally, which every golfer goes through. I mean, it's just pure belief. Like it's very, very neat. Even just sitting here talking about it now, I mean, I've talked about it before with other people or whatever, but like it's a really neat accomplishment. I mean, and as I said, I don't think, you look at Scheffler, for example. Let's take him. Like he's now won a gold. He now has to qualify for two more, and then obviously you want to win every time you play, but then finish second or third. I mean, that might never. I honestly
Yeah.
don't think it'll happen.
Yeah.
I hope it does because it's such a cool achievement. But obviously, you don't want everybody doing it. But it would be cool if a guy could do it too, or Nelly obviously has a gold. You know, potentially get three before she's done.
What is Lydia teaching you at this stage of your career?
I don't know. It's a good question. There's a lot. Like I learn a lot from her. It's not it's not like we sit down and like I learned that today, but it's just like there's just stuff that she does and how she plays. Like she's aggressive, which you've got to be if you're going to be a serial winner. I mean, you don't win however many tournaments she has won. Was it 23 or 24 now, hitting it to the middle of the greens and
Yeah.
laying up on par fives. But it's like last week, or 2 weeks ago, for example, like we were playing in the pro-am and she hit driver off the deck on 13 to par five. And the guys were like, "Ooh, that's unusual." And I'm like, "We see that every week." She does it every week. You know what I mean? So it's just little things like that. I mean, and she's just so nice. You know what I mean? Like, and she's very hard on herself. She's hard on the people that work with her, but it's because she wants to, she wants to be the best. I mean, I think that's probably the biggest thing that I learned. It's like there are literally no days off when you're that good.
Mm.
Or you want to be that good. You know what I mean? It's like people say that they want to put the work in, but like she literally does it every week. And she does it when she goes home.
Well, that leads me to my next question is how much longer do you think she can keep that kind of pace up? Or would she even want to?
No, I think that she would want to. I mean, she still talks about golf. You know, I mean, she's like in a positive manner. It's not like it's coming to the end. I mean, I honestly don't know how much longer she will do it. I mean, she could turn around tomorrow and say, "I'm done," and nobody could really have a gripe, to be perfectly honest. But that's not going to be the case. You know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, she said obviously in the press that she wanted to play. She wouldn't play past she was 30. I don't see that changing. So you maybe got a couple more years of it. of Lydia, which I mean, when she goes, I mean, the tour's going to miss her. Golf will miss her in general. You know what I mean? She's such a media darling. You know what I mean? I remember last year in Orlando where we would sign the scorecards and essentially the LPGA media was like right there, so all the media people were there. And it's like she would go in and answer questions, and our mother would be like, "She talks too much." And I was like, "This is exactly why they like her, though, because she gives
Yeah.
good answers. It's
Yeah.
not just a yes, I play good today, or I hold a couple of 15 footers. Like she goes into depth. You know what I mean? She's not worried about what she talks about. Very comfortable. It's yeah, golf's 100% going to miss her when she's done.
Well, I mean, she's been playing under the spotlight of being a very high level player for more than half her life now.
Exactly. It's crazy, and to still have that.
16.
Yeah, exactly. And to still have that, you know, the get up and go, the drive, the you know, like she never has a bad day where it's like she'll maybe like just walk by somebody or whatever. It's like if she can sign something or speak to somebody, she will.
Yeah.
I mean, that's that, and that's what golf's going to miss the person. They're going to miss the golf too, but they're going to miss the person more than the golfer.
Yeah. And I think on tour we all will. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I know you're not just saying that because I'm out there every week, and I can tell you, like Lydia is the person that you see on camera, right? She's the first to
yeah,
sit down and lunch and ask you about your day, right? And
yeah.
so those are things that people will miss.
Yeah, correct. I mean, and the tournaments are going to miss her. I mean, because she's so nice. She's nice to the volunteers. You know, I mean, not that anybody's bad to the volunteers, but you know, I mean, she asks them how their day is. You know, I mean, thanks for your help. So yeah, she'll be missed. But we've got a while yet. Let's not
Yeah, yeah.
let's not
Let's
stick
wait
on that
for
one.
him.
Yeah, I don't want to find a
Well,
new
that
job yet.
well
Correct. Yeah.
that being said, what part of her game is really trending? What helped you win in Singapore?
Uh, I actually thought she putted like I mean you don't shoot 13 under by putting bad, but like she just never really seemed to like the putting green I think was ever so slightly slower than the greens on the golf course.
Hmm.
So she was struggling to get the ball to the hole. Like she does this drill where we'll do 9 holes where she keeps her head down and she tries to kind of like pick her head up when the ball is going to stop. Obviously you want to get it to the hole, blah blah blah. A lot of them were short all week. We would do that after every round. So that long one that she held on 15, it was nice to actually see a longer one get to the hole. And obviously, you know, I mean, there's a little bit of luck there that it went in, but I mean, that's obviously what she was trying to do. But yeah, no, putting, driving it nice. Everything has been really steady. I mean, even in Orlando, it was good. You could tell it was maybe a little bit early in the season. Bradenton was fairly steady without really doing anything good or bad. Just kind of, it was just the tournament really. Then in Singapore, I mean, it was just really, really steady all week.
Paul, I think you're one of the most knowledgeable people in the game. When you talk about your experience both on both men's and women's tours, the LPGA I feel like is in a little bit of a transition period. Obviously, we have a commissioner search.
Yeah.
What, in your experience, and obviously I know you just carry the bag and you're humble about your abilities, but what do you think the LPGA needs from this next commissioner?
Uh, I don't know if this would be agreed with everybody, but I think that they should talk to the Saudis.
Hmm.
And I think that whoever is the interim was over
Yeah.
in Saudi for the Aramco tournament. I mean, that's the thing. It's like I don't. I'm not just going to say that they're just going to pump a bunch of money in and they don't want him back. I mean, but I think that like, and this is no disrespect to some of the tournaments that are on our schedule, but the fact that, and I understand why the guys play for so much more money, blah blah blah, but it's like the fact that we still have tournaments at 1.7 or 2 million, I think is it's a little bit bad, and I think that you know I'm not saying that you should take away tournaments and we should only have tournaments that are 3 million plus or whatever, but it's like some of those contracts have got to be bumped up. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, the fact that the majors are so far ahead of all the other tournaments is kind of
Non-proportional, right?
yeah, exactly. And like you've kind of you're now going to have. I mean, I've heard some guys say it. I'm not going to say names, but it's like other than maybe the start of the year where you're kind of getting back into it, it's like guys literally don't think that the season starts until we get to the majors. It's like,
Yeah.
well, that's not really the case. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 But other than that, I think I don't know, like maybe some better golf courses. Not that any of them are really that bad, you know what I mean? But like just maybe different markets or like a bigger market or like the obviously I haven't been to this golf course yet in Arizona that we're going to in what 2 weeks.
Yeah,
But it's
Mosley.
like yeah. But like we used to play what was it North Scottsdale, or like up that way
Yeah,
in
for
the north.
the founders. I never did that
Yeah,
event.
yeah. But it's like that, for example, it's like I get that golf courses at this time of the year in that part of the country probably don't want to give up their golf course for 7 days or 10 days or whatever it is. But it's like I feel like you're going to get more fans to come and watch us when we're up there rather than being south or way out east like we were. And that's no disrespect to those golf courses because I thought that they were good.
Yeah,
But it's like at the end of the day, you're holding a professional golf tournament. Like you need more than 15 people walking around.
no doubt. No doubt. Paul, would we be missed if we didn't talk about the newest captain of the European Solheim Cup team, your old boss, Anna
Hmm.
Norquist?
Yeah.
What was your reaction, and what type of captain do you think she'll be?
Mm, I mean, reaction wise, I kind of figured it would either be her or Mel. Then I'd heard that Mel had, I believe she had removed her name because she didn't think that she had enough experience. Um, so yeah, no, I was pumped for Anna. I mean, I think she'll be. I mean, she does her diligence so good. You know, I mean, like in terms of homework of golf courses that she's going to go play. So like for that, I mean, that's like right up her alley. And I think that she'll be smart and surround herself with people that like the parts of it that she's not very good at. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
like if you had a Mel Reed as an assistant captain, for example, she's a little bit more loud than what Anna's going to be.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
she's gonna
Yeah.
yeah, she's just gonna tell you what she thinks rather than probably put it a little bit more politely, shall we say?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think she'll be good. I think she'll be a good captain. I think that I mean I don't know if she's going to do two, which would obviously be Europe and the US. But I think if she does, then I think doing one in Europe first will help her rather than doing it in the US then going back to Europe.
So, Lydia, being your boss, you didn't have a bag in the last Solheim Cup,
Nope.
but you were present. And I saw
Yeah.
you
Hmm.
very enthusiastically supporting the blue and gold.
Yeah.
Now that you're an American citizen, how does that play out?
Well, I was an American citizen when
Yeah.
the last one went on.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, okay. So are we becoming more red, white, and blue? Or are you just always blue and gold because that's where your loyalty
No,
lies in your homeland?
no. I would if I was. I mean, if I'm asked to help on the Euro side, I'll go and help, and if I was asked to help on the American side, I'd go and help. I don't have a problem with it.
I got a feeling Anna's gonna call you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna get. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a call for that one. I'm pretty sure when we weren't any red, white, and blue. No, no,
Just
there's.
saying. I think you're
Yeah,
gonna get a call.
yeah. I'm
Well,
pretty sure.
I have predicted already this year that we're going to have a caddy on the European Solheim Cup team that we're talking to right now. And I think you might be helping him get around and maybe handling some of his nerves with all of your experience. So you might be the guy in charge of Scotty Worldwide and Miss Ingrid.
We got to get to the tee. We got to get to the tee box first, Drew.
Well,
Scotty, I'm gonna have to come up with some good initiations for you, Scotty.
there we go.
Yeah,
That's the kind of stuff we want to hear.
yeah, exactly.
We'll do a
No,
whole
but
show on that.
yeah, but helping out, like obviously, I had done two before. I'd done one at Glen Eagles and I'd done one in
Yeah.
Inverness and Toledo, and turning up, I was kind of like, all right, I'm just going to go in it with an open mind. Like, I don't really know what I've got to do. I don't know really what anybody wants me to do. It was so much fun. Like, I actually probably enjoyed it more helping than I did actually caddying. Because it's like
So,
you get to
just
deal with
for our
everybody.
listeners, like take us through that. Like, what were some of the things that you asked to do? So our listeners understand, you didn't have a bag. You weren't caddying for anyone in the
No,
actual Solheim Cup, but you were
no.
there as part of the team helping out.
I was basically just a helper. So because Anna had asked me, I technically would have been her cart driver, but because she was playing, I don't know how many games he played. It was kind of like, all right, I now have this cart to myself. Like I think Anna literally drove it 15 yards on the driving range. The rest of the time, I had the keys and I was driving it.
I mean, they
But
just basically handed you a rental car for the whole week, so you felt very
Yeah, you felt
comfortable.
right at home.
yeah, exactly. I was used to driving rental cars. I'm like, this is like just like being at home.
Perfect.
But no, like the practice days, I was kind of like I would just dot around, go from group to group, kind of see a little bit of the golf course, just in case anybody had any questions, which they're all experienced. They're going to ask me anything. Then when the tournament started, it was basically load up the coolers. We had 3 coolers on the cart, I think. 2 coolers. Just load it up with snacks, sandwiches, whatever anybody needs. You know what I mean? Like if I could get inside the ropes when they're walking off the tee, you just give them a little, come on, let's go. You know what I mean? Just a little, keep it. Because obviously when you're, I mean, the one in Inverness that we did, there was literally 0 European fans, like other than what we had brought with us. You know what I mean? And it's like all you're hearing is USA, which I have no problem with it. But by the end of that week, I was so tired because it's just like, can I just hear some other chant for like
Yeah.
2 minutes? That's all I need. But yeah, like, and the last one I did was really, really tiring as well. But like, it was so much fun. Like, I enjoyed it because you're helping everybody. You know what I mean? You're not just helping one person. And again, I've told this to a few people that were on the team. It's like, obviously, I understood there was a lot that went into it from the caddy side, but you don't actually realize how much work everybody puts in until you're like in the background. You know, like making sure, you know, headsets are charged, making sure, you know, there's enough sandwiches everywhere, you know what I mean? Like loading up coolers. Like it's just, and that's the stuff that you just pay no attention to. You turn up, you grab the bag, you go to the range, you go to the first tee. Like you're more worried about what you're doing rather than what everybody else is doing.
You get to see the operation side in the new light.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Like and to the point that like Davy Jones was helping out. He ended up having a caddy for Esther Henselite because Reese, her fiance slash swing coach slash caddy at the time, hurt his back. So Davy got like the full experience. He had never done one before. He got to see the operation side for a few days. Then he got thrown into the fire pit, and I'm like, "You go ahead. I've done 2. Yeah, I don't need to do it anymore." Especially for somebody in meters.
Oh. All right. Well, before we let you go, give some advice to those amateurs out there trying to play a little bit better golf. What would Lydia Ko's caddy tell them? Just maybe strategically, mentally, how do you prepare to play better golf?
You know what? I actually played golf today with Kevin Benstead, who Scott knows.
Yes,
Do you know?
I know Kevin.
You know Benny.
I've
We
roomed
played
with him.
over at
Yeah,
Buckhorn.
good
We
dude.
played with the two older guys. They both must have been around about scratch. But it's like just play your strengths. Like these dudes were like the one dude on the first hole. He's like, I'm gonna play. He's like, I'm gonna play cuts. I'm gonna play knockdowns all day long. He's like, that's just what I'm gonna do. And I think he ended up shooting 1 under.
There you go.
And that's all he tried to do all day. He was just like, right, this is what my process is. This is what I'm going to do. Do it. Like, play your strengths. Play your strengths. You see it in pro-ams all the time. It's like guys try to take on silly shots. It's like, I get it. But, you know, at the end of the day, keep it simple, keep it smart, and play your strengths.
Well, I watched the Creator Classic today on Golf Channel at TPC Sawgrass, and let me tell you, every single one of those competitors could have used you and that advice right there, because there were some of the dumbest decisions I ever saw in my life. And I'm not going to call anybody out by name. It was fantastic TV. Paulie, they all needed you on the loop out there today on the back nine at Sawgrass.
Did we have 2 hole-in-ones on Sawgrass today at the 17th?
You had one by J.J. Jakovac. I don't know about the second one.
Yeah, but then there was another one too.
I think an Argentinian player got one.
Yeah, player had one.
So Tozzi, Alejandro Tozzi.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one. And then Colin Morikawa's caddy, J.J. Jakovac, who's been on this show before.
I saw J.J. when I got done playing golf. I saw it go in. I was like, did you just make a hole-in-one?
I think that's the first one they said in maybe 17 years or 25 years, but a long time.
Well,
and a caddy gets an ace. Well, and again, I mean, I think players have gotten. I know Willie Wilcox got
Yeah,
one a
I
while
think it's
back.
That's
I think
right.
it's caddies. Well,
Caddies.
that is a
Really?
caddy now. So
I actually thought that might have been the first because normally the winning shot's like 6 feet.
Yeah, and that could be the first. I got to go do a little research on that. But yeah, huge. 2 hole-in-ones today. One by a pro, one by a caddy. And now, I mean, if you're JJ going to that tee every day, you're like, let's go, pro. I showed you how to do it.
that was my first thought. I was like, they're gonna walk onto that tee, and you could be a smart arse if you wanted to.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably good for Colin, probably a good laugh for both of them after the after the final round Colin had. So
I saw Colin carry the bag from the tee up to the green for him.
perfect.
As he should.
That's class, right? Yeah,
As
exactly.
he should.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Well,
awesome.
JJ, also a one-time aspiring golfer, now turned caddy. And like you, I think a lot of those lessons, some of those hard lessons he learned playing, he now can apply as a caddy. And maybe we'll see a Paul Cormack hole-in-one on 17th Sawgrass soon. You never know.
The last time I played there, I missed the green.
Oh, boy. Well, there's a few folks that did that today, too.
Yeah, I sent it long.
Well, Paul, thanks for coming on the show, man. So happy for all your success, and just keep it going. Keep that edge as you talked about. It seems to be working, and we're always cheering for you, buddy.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for having me, guys.
Hammy, you're the best, buddy. I'll see you in Arizona.
Yeah, see you guys. Thank you. Cheers.
Birdie Brand's all-natural bug deterrent is the best in the game of golf. It keeps the bugs away while giving you a bit of focus for those tight moments as the match comes to a close. Tour-tested, tour-approved, the 1-ounce bottle fits in any golf bag or travel case. When the match is on the line and your focus and comfort are things you don't want to be thinking about out there on the course, use Birdie Brands to make sure that doesn't happen to you. Birdie Brands, game on, bugs gone. Get yours at birdiebrands.com today.
This salsa got its start in a tiny kitchen in Alabama, but it's big on flavor at family gatherings, big or small. Make sure you have Uncle Keith's in time for your next big event. You can find Uncle Keith's in a grocery store near you in the southeastern U.S. or go to the website, UncleKeith'sRedSauce.com, and order yours today. Call it red sauce, call it salsa, but when you have Uncle Keith's, you can definitely call it a party.